so dumb. Because when it first started, it definitely was showing all 6 rods.
It was.
Whatever. See, now it doesn't interfere with us getting up front
And do what we gotta do.
to get the net. When we stick that just absolute stud here in like 45 seconds.
Was it a piggy?
I don't know. I didn't really look at it. If you want me to be honest. We're not really on track to where I wanted to cover anyways. So we're just gonna have to get a little to the side and see what happens.
Is there a little antenna on?
Yeah. See, we should start dropping back off into the channel here in just a second, and then we'll be ready to roll. Maybe. We'll see what happens. There's a big ball of bait. Big ball of bait. Right there in the channel. A conglomerate of things. That looks a lot like a bush. That is either A, a bush, or B, one of those Volkswagen catfish. Eats whole chickens. I'm going with Volkswagen catfish eats whole chickens. Oh, definitely. See, there's 2 of them right there together.
Oh, snap. Oh, wow. Hi, guys.
Do we have comments? Do you like the color blue? I mean, I guess it's an alright color. I'm poor, so I can't like the color green that much. Welcome in, welcome in. He figured out how to operate the tilt trim on his engine this time. That boat passed us a while ago and was porpoising bad. Seems he's learned how to operate his tilt trim since he passed us. Oh, we're doing great, Aaron. Any day on the water is a good day.
That's right. Weather's super beautiful.
It is. I'm sweating a little more than I like to in November.
We were ill prepared.
If I'd known it was going to be this hot on the water, I'd have wore freaking shorts.
When we left the house, to be fair, when we left the house, it was 40 degrees.
Yeah. That acted very fishy. Odd. There's stuff and things. Things and stuff.
I hope you all are having an amazing Saturday.
think I might give up deer hunting and go fishing today. I highly recommend it.
We saw a lot of deer playing possum on our way over here.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of does laying in the road playing possum. Not really sure what that was about. If there's like a National Possum Day for them. Maybe not, right? I think you're going deer hunting. I'm not. I'm going to ride around until we catch a fish. Because what else is there to do? Which honestly shouldn't be that long.
Good Lord. At the schools of bait.
There's a ton of bait up in this area, and there's a ton of smaller fish pushing the bait around. Which, typically speaking, if there's an easy meal around, bluecats are not far from it. I guess it's kind of the principle of if somebody else is cooking dinner, you'll definitely sit at the table and eat. Like, I'm not always hungry enough to go cook. That's a stud.
Hello.
That's what I'm saying. Like, getting into some really good marks.
Oh, we're standing.
Very sad. Let it relax. No, I think I'm gonna lose this one.
Today is also going to be a day of getting our gear.
Son of a... Well, we gotta reset. I lost the planter board.
What is it?
Yeah, reel it up and reset. Because I don't want that planter board to drift back into that standing timber. Help, help. That sucks.
Oh. I got wrapped.
I thought that one looked like it got hit pretty hard just a second ago. Gotta go rescue the planter board. Pick up my planter board and bring it back to me. Help, help.
No, he's gonna run over. Maybe not.
That's okay, I'm gonna bring this one. Grab your own one. Help, help. Oh, you still got one more.
I did. Awesome.
I don't.
Where the water changes.
Oh, yeah, I found it. Sorry guys, we'll be back with you in just a minute. We lost the planer board in front of the way. Help, help. Help, help.
Those are some good looking marks too.
There's a ton of little stuff too over here. Oh, you did leave my weight just laying on the side of the boat. Well, that's rather annoying.
What? Oh.
I can't believe it broke so high up. There must have been a snag somewhere in it. Can you give me a razor blade?
Okay.
Try to get all my trash out of the water. Just pick a spot and cut. That was expensive. Not only did we lose a $5 rig, or a $10 rig, however much the demon dragons and stuff cost, also lost a whole bunch of line. Fun, fun, fun. We really got to learn how to do this so it's more affordable. Just put that braid on. I don't care.
Well, at least the possibility of it being gray was very slim.
Now I can at least get back over into the channel. Welcome in, guys. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. It's free and it helps us.
So it was a shad.
You got robbed?
Yeah.
Yeah, but just
Well, and yours was a shad head, so I was gonna ask you if you wanted shad or carp.
I'll do shad. I'll just spot lock right here for a second to get set back up. I got it. Wait. It is a 4, right? Wait.
While you are doing that, I was gonna just throw the sock.
Well, I can't. We're spot locked.
That's right.
You can have the shad head. I'll take the middle piece. Oh, it wasn't a shad head that got broke off.
No?
No, that was a piece of carp. My shad head was on the straight back. I agree, Creole. But I wanted to go dragging for blue cats. And I don't like playing on this area in the dark. We've already lost one rig. Okay.
I'm gonna toss this tail piece.
Okay. Now we're in the channel. Headed about the right direction. And we're on cruise control. This guy becomes a side rod.
Yep.
She has no line. Don't want this to be far forward. I want this to be far forward. I'm too picky about this. Why are you ready to respool every single rod?
Well, that, and we've had everything adjusted and set up to be anchored up and breathable with clickers and loosening things. And do you want me to
There's still lines over here in the way. Get my second rod out before you can throw the drift shot.
yeah, there's this pen.
Now we can pitch the old double head dragon in. This guy's gonna think I'm throwing baits at him. It's okay. He fishes traditionally.
ones.
Excuse me. Hey, excuse me. Can't cast normal, but still nailed it behind the back.
Woohoo! At least we know you still got some tricks up your sleeve.
My planer board flips have been on point today. Can't hold on to it wrong. But look at this. I mean,
Oh, gorgeous.
yep.
I give that an 8.5 out of 10.
And close my drift sock in the weight box.
I'm sorry.
Hey, let me throw Creole's dirty laundry out of my boat.
Creole, we're doing your laundry. That one I give it a solid 9.25 out of 10. That one went a good distance.
Oh,
Beautiful.
perfect. Fabulous.
Now what do we have here? Charlie, we decided to switch it up. We got Richard over here doing fancy tricks and things.
Well, hold on. Because this one has way more spool on it than I anticipated.
Sort of strange seeing you all in the daylight. I know, it's been a minute.
Give me 5 clicks to the starboard.
Yes, sir. 5 clicks to the starboard.
Bada bing.
Richard showing off his behind the back cast. Yes.
Don't hate me because you ain't me.
They hate us because they ain't us.
I love when you tie the knot in the bag so tight that you can't get anything
I
out of the bag.
didn't tie it tight. I just tied it, and then when I put it in here,
Whatever. You're just irresponsible. Just leaving hooks
where
in.
did that come from?
What if it got my puppy dog?
Well, I didn't even. Where has that been? No, that actually needs to come out of the bowl. It just bounced in.
Don't judge me. My Yazki, yeah, I can't even see it enough to even try to read that. Thank you for the good luck. Appreciate you. Thine hate us because thine anus.
The way you said that, that sounded a little funny.
I know. It sounded like I said anus.
Good Lord. Can I have that boiled peanuts cup? And will you make sure to get the hook out of it? Thank you. Hey, Peach. You sure, Steve?
Creole, why are you not on the river bumping, catching another 100-pounder? Riding around on my fishing machine. Just waiting on that double hook dragon rig to get smoked. Charlie, that's what you need to pick up before you go down to the lake and drag after you get trolling motor put on. Some double hook dragon rigs from Slunter Cat.
It's pretty fancy.
It's pretty sweet. And since you don't tie your own double hook Kentucky rigs because you can't remember how to tie that knot, you're not going to be able to tie those either.
He said, Richard, do I need to come out there and show you how to drag?
Please.
And Creole says, because I'm still recovering from that eye injury. Gotta take it easy for a while.
Eye injury? What eye injury? I didn't know about no eye injury. Who hurt my Creole? I didn't even know you could hurt Creoles. I thought they were pretty resilient. I'll bless you. What did you do?
I'm having issues, okay? Just because I'm not hacking up a lung doesn't mean...
Get it together.
I'm trying.
Why is it so hot outside today? We were like freezing to death last night, and now it's probably like 85 degrees out here.
Why? It's only supposed to get like 66.
It don't feel like it. It wasn't hardly this hot the last time we fished out here, and that's been since spring.
It says it is currently 66 degrees. I'm sorry, it's supposed to get up to 68.
Wasn't like a Potomac angler in church.
You're so bad. It could also be that we only have a 48% humidity.
I love how our low humidity days are still really close to 50. I guess I could sit right here at the graphs and like look and see what things are.
This is like the fishing version of taking RV with off-road and calling it camping. You're glamping.
How you figure?
I agree. How do you figure?
What about the quality of my experience makes my fishing any less fishing?
Thank you, Charlie. He did say I definitely need to get a couple of them. Ended up with an ulcer on my eye that broke through the cornea. Not fun.
Ew.
Yucky.
That
sounds painful. I hope you get to feeling better, buddy.
It sounds like anything except enjoyable, that's for sure.
I do have to say, dragging, I think, involves more work than anchoring up and fishing.
It's definitely more expensive because you lose a lot of tackle doing this.
As you can see, I'm totally not hating.
Oh, no, I understand you're not hating.
Checking in from Pennsylvania again. Good luck today. Thank you.
But like glamping, I would at least have plugged the heater up last night. Instead, we bundled up and wore cold weather gear. I didn't turn the heater on.
If this was glamping, I would have an air conditioning unit that was keeping me less toasty.
Hold up. No one ever said that was optional. Charlie, we gotta figure out how to put AC on boats.
I agree. In the summertime.
Well, if you have air conditioning, then you could dehumidify the air before you heat the air and blow it on the windshield and have defrosters.
There we go. That's right.
Like, I'm not saying it's a credible thing to do, but I'm down to investigate. Willing to entertain the idea. Sounds like somebody's compensating? Absolutely.
I really need to turn the notifications off on that app.
Compensating for a lot. That's why I have a big boat and big truck.
And a wife that fishes?
To be fair, my other boat's small.
Yeah.
And we still have the 12-foot John boat, too.
We do. We have a little dog.
Yeah. We also have a husky, though.
Oh, well. The first rig I lose, I'm not dragging anymore. LOL.
Who said that?
Charlie. Okay, you're snagged on the side. Just kidding.
Make up your mind. Oh, we're gonna snag. I would hit the only tree in the channel.
Yeah. Now bear with us, guys. This might start getting really entertaining because we haven't been out dragging since September. So like this might get really interesting. Oh, see? Just kidding.
Oh, I'm willing to make it interesting. I'm gonna hang the sabiki rigs off the side of the boat and see if we can catch perch too.
We should have done that when we were all the way back there when we were driving over God knows what little fishies.
You leave those little fishies alone. Here.
Now it really might get crazy. Oh! Are you kidding me? Georgia, no.
A freaking tank of a perch.
Can I have mine like down here?
Boom.
I know. But that guy. Nope.
Best idea ever. Dragging and catching bait?
Oh, well. I was going to say, move them.
No, you can just go up there and catch them.
Okay.
Because you can't put them sideways, and I don't want to fight them over the bimini.
Fishing for bait and catfish at the same time.
That was freaking awesome.
That was ridiculous. That was luck.
That was a good perch.
That was. I thought they swim in schools. How come?
Apparently the school wasn't 6 foot that way. I don't know what to tell you.
A white striped shad.
Them old white shad, you can't get enough of them.
Oh, come on.
Is that nibble or
I
snaggy
can't
snaggy?
tell.
Yeah, I'm not really sure either. We're not really where I wanted to be. Oh.
Yeah.
This is that spot where we can't drag in the channel anymore. We got to go beside the channel.
Oh, there's trees and things.
I forgot about all the buoys up there that say, hey dummy, don't go this way. Hey, that one's yours. There's another white shad. Just
Oh, he's got a tail too.
that's why he was so angry. Another white shad. Move, silly doggo. I gotta turn a lot really quickly. Well, since she's up there, I'm gonna move to right here real quick. I have no idea, Creel. I've heard they are, but if I've eaten them, I didn't know about it. Probably gonna have to pick mine up some. I don't know. My bad. I didn't mean to step on the puppy. They're not going to hang straight down because of how fast we're moving. Oh, I forgot about that big old snag over there off the side. Contrast. Let's back that down just a little bit. Side scan's getting a little too white. Bleaching out the picture. Yahtzee.
Well, I mean, do you want to see it? I will show it to you.
We're tearing up the white shad today.
Okay, hop down.
Which I am definitely okay with. This is, it's not even a fishing show anymore. This is a catching show now.
Whew. They're gonna have to let me get a picture next time. Because we got these beautiful sabiki rigs from the Tackle Bandit.
I think I'll have a spot of tea.
Oh, they have a peach tea?
Well, it's a peach mango plus green tea.
What do you think? What are your thoughts?
It's a little different. It's not exactly what I was bargaining for, but It works. Yours may be bouncing, bopping. Well, keep the handle up and slide it down in the rod holder a little more. There you go. That's exactly what I said, Creole. There's little bait, there's perch, there's... Cat's got to be around somewhere. I mean, I definitely think they're going to be a little further away than what we are at the moment, because I'm in 5.5 foot of water. But once we get over this hump, we'll drop back down. I don't know, cats may be up on big shallow flats. It's this sunny out. Big shallow flat right next to a 30 channel. Plenty of bait, plenty of structure, plenty to snag on. Hey, can you make sure there's not any comments? Because with the phone on that windshield, I can't see it.
Cats can't be far away with that bait.
I was just saying, you're sitting in front of it and I can't read it. There's enough rods in the picture. And maybe when people swipe through, they'll see your face and be like, ooh, let me hang out for a minute.
Not like there's anything special about it.
They see me and they're like, ah, my beard ain't that big. I'm going to swipe on. There we go, back to 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2". Yeah, we falling off the ledge now.
Yeah, buddy.
If I'd known your planer boards weren't going to track out super wide once we straightened up, I'd have ran us closer to the buoys. That looks like waiting to happen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, go, baby, go.
You gotta be kidding me.
Did you drop it?
Yep.
Get your heart pounding.
They definitely might be shallower than I was anticipating.
They might be, but also... Wow. Sorry, there's a spider on the boat.
That's on it. Burn the boat down. I'm out.
Are you using circle hooks? Yes. Yes, we are. Richard actually just had a hook up here.
The old Diachi D85Z.
8-aught?
Technically, Diachi says that's a 7-aught.
Yeah.
If it was a Boss Cat B80, BK84, BK85, BK85, it would be an 8-aught. But the Diachi,
For Diachi, it's a 7.
the way that got very well could have been a gar. It's the most excitement I've had. I can't say that. Perch pretty exciting.
Perch and then your flathead.
I was gonna say most excitement all day, but
Oh.
Can't really say all day either, because we didn't even put the boat in the water till 1:30.
Facts. We were gonna, leave the house at 8, but we didn't get up until,
Like 8:30,
I was gonna say 9.
9.
I
As
didn't get
cold
you
as
up
it
until
was-
9.
As cold as it was this morning, though, I figured the bite might be later. Because we're trying to capitalize on that moving into shallow water. Running the channel ledge. That was a piece of shad.
Good to know. In the worst case scenario, we can always run back to the dock, and I can run up to the truck and grab a cast net.
No, we ain't gonna do that.
Oh, we've only got, what, 4 more pieces?
Well, we'll put perch on. We'll keep catching perch.
True that.
Some of those perch.
I
are
mean, it's not
3-piece
like we
baits.
don't have perch and a channel and
We do have live bait. In
we
the
do
cooler,
have
or
live
in the
bait.
well.
No new comments. I mean, we do have live bait. It's just
We need people to start hitting that thumbs up button. They're slacking. There we go. There's a couple of little cats. He's probably 10, 12.
we might have to start cutting the carp chunks into smaller pieces.
Yeah. I'm still not convinced that wasn't a gar. So I'm really not that sold on needing shad.
I think the reason you're not catching anything is there's not enough rods on your boat. You're right. I mean,
You're right, because when we fish in Virginia, we fish 16 rods while we're trolling.
yeah, as I say, there one more could fit there. I mean, we've
We've
with
got 2 rod holders on the boat that don't have anything. I've got 2 more sets of planer boards. We could troll 4 more rods.
Not today, we can't.
We don't have enough rods with us.
I was saying, not today. We didn't bring that many.
You must be new to catfishing to think that we have a lot of rods out. It's okay, princess. Stick
MP,
around.
we're just giving you a hard time. Add 1 more, and I guarantee you'll start catching more. Don't tempt him, because he still has his sabiki stick up in...
My sabiki stick's not even in the flipping water.
Now, this is pretty new. This is a new rod that we did purchase this week for perch. There's a spot that we go to catch bait that, I mean,
There you go, princess.
we
Got 1 more in the water, boo-boo, just for you.
I'd maybe switch locations if you haven't caught anything. So so with us dragging, what we are doing is we are fishing under movement. We are trolling. So what you can't see is that the rods that are here, there's 1 more right here that you can't see. Oh, turd.
That one had shoulders on him.
There's 1 more rod, or there's at least...
We're moving a little
3
over half a mile
rods.
an hour. Ooh, that's a big old school of perch.
There's at least 3 rods that you can't see. And they all have planer boards on them. And what the planer boards do is that they push the rod or the line away from the boat. And so as we are dragging and fishing under movement, we're covering a lot of area. So if the fish are there and they're hungry and we put baits in front of their face, they're either going to eat or they're not. But we're still moving.
Now we've covered close to half a mile of water already.
So, right about there, way back there, is where we started. Well, we started the second time.
Well, there ain't no point in fishing in the same spot all day. You gotta move around, find the fish.
Right.
Fish don't hang out in one spot all day.
We are what you would kind of call, I mean, we're closely meals on wheels.
Yeah, we're like Meals on Wheels.
Creo says, hammer's ready just in case. And then Charlie said, they are moving. They aren't anchored. I'm waiting for the, you've got a bite comment. You know, honestly, we don't get those as much on YouTube as we do on TikTok.
And since that boat came past us, we're rocking side to side. It's jigging the sabikis for us.
I know. Since we're in deeper water, I'm half tempted to put mine down a little further.
Well, yours got hit and mine didn't when we went through that big school, so.
Yeah, but I mean, you can look. It's just barely under the water.
That's fine. Son, he has got that bass boat skint back.
It looks good from way over here.
Well, I mean, I think I can see the prop. I bet he's doing 75, 80.
Which river are you on?
The Oconee River.
Okay, I'm half tempted to go up there and stable the RS net.
That'd be alright. If we break a fat fish rack, we'll just
I can't wait to get my trolling motor mounted so I can fish like this. Charlie, it's going to ruin you. And I say that as in, you are going to absolutely lose your mind when you have to anchor up. Because Richard goes insane. Anchor fishing is no longer fun.
Well, like, who wants to sit in one spot when you can cover all the water?
I mean, we're probably going to cover 7 miles, maybe.
Nah, we only got enough daylight left to cover about 3.5.
You think? I was going to say about 5.
Well, half a mile an hour. It would take 10 hours to cover 5 miles.
I catfish on the York and the James. Okay.
We were on the James 2 months ago.
Yep, back in September. We were out there fishing with some friends.
With Not It.
With Not It.
We don't have current. So that's why we fish the way we fish.
Rolling about much? Yeah.
He had that boat skint back in some skinny water.
Yeah, it's real skinny over there. It's scary.
I mean, he ain't had but 3 inches of boat in the water, so what's he care? As long as he's still on the water, he's fine. He's not compensating. He got a big old pair. I ain't running that
what's your
fast.
PB?
What is my blue? 52?
Mm-hmm. Mine's 42. For blues.
I didn't even catch a big fish the last time we were on the James. Charlie caught big fish of the weekend.
Mm-hmm. We're actually on the same body of water where my PB came from.
Here we are. It came about 3 miles up that way on the right. The funny thing is, he said if we put one more rod in the water, we'd catch a fish, and then you got another perch hit.
I know.
It's exciting.
I'm having fun. I'm gonna drop mine down now that we're in 12 foot.
Probably should drop mine down too, but I'm lazy. I don't even have a scale on the boat right now. We took the scale out for the redfish tournament when we went to the beach and have not gone back. Excuse me, I need to catch my fish. Oh, the old double trouble.
Here, baby. Ow! She's like, not interested. Daddy has fish. Oh, hold on. Ow! Okay, look out. Get off.
The old double trouble. Good deal.
Turd.
Did he get you?
Yes, but I'm fighting the dog and not spilling bait.
Oh.
That's on the cutting board. Okay. I never weigh my fish. That's when you catch the big ones, when you can't weigh them. Charlie, nobody would believe us unless we had the scales to back it up. My brother makes everything look small.
Yeah. When you sent me the picture of the 100-pound fish, I showed it to Jamie and I was like, look at this 100-pound fish looking like a 60.
Okay, but I have to weigh the fish that I hold.
Because nobody believes what they weigh either. Everybody sees Jamie holding the fish and they're like, yeah, but she's short. That's a big snag. Oh, nope, it's free.
I'm tempted to just...
Turn the old thumper box on. Well, you don't even know it's actually got a thump into the water. Your little shallow slap.
How do you prevent How do you prevent snagging while trolling?
Hopes and prayers. We use a float to keep the hook up off the bottom and a specialized dragging weight to minimize snags, but it still happens.
Andrew can palm a 12-pounder. Snags happen. Sometimes you lose gear and sometimes it pops right out.
There's some finesse to it to minimize gear loss, but it's...
And the more that you troll and you drag, the more you pick up on things. Because we lost a lot of gear when we first started.
Like, we're probably going to lose that rig. Look, yeah, good chance we will.
Oh, see, I guess you can kind of see it. There's a planer board just there.
No.
Good afternoon, Tommy Anderson.
still live here.
How's the bite today?
The cat bite's slow, but perch bite seems pretty good.
Perch bite seems on top of it.
If you just go spot lock over perch, you catch a bunch of bait. I don't know that I've got another pre-tied dragon ring.
I think you do.
I might just have to slap a peg plate on an anchor ring. Well, that book's out. Oh, there's one. That one's been used enough times that the color's coming off of the hook.
Tommy says, I caught 7 small blues last night under that supermoon. What? 5 or 6? Channels.
Will you hit 6 to the port? That was starboard. That'll be fun.
What is this guy doing? Not gonna lie. That was not a very friendly move. But he did have a really pretty glitter boat.
Well, he had it hardcore.
He did.
He definitely thought he was fixing to run into the trees. Like, I'm snugging up against all these buoys. We got a lot of open water to hit. We hit this fireboard.
Do you want me to give 3 more to port? Lucky you have a boat. I mean, yes. We are very fortunate to have a boat. Ooh. Oh no, we should clear it. Tommy asks, how are you feeling? Babe?
I'm alive.
He says I'm alive. Surf rod with 5-ounce weight just for such an occasion.
That dude wasn't trying to be a jerk.
Mm-mm.
So, off our left side is a whole bunch of standing timber
And the channel.
in the channel. So he wanted to run really close to that timber as his like normal way to go. And that's a really bad idea. He wanted to stay in like 16 foot of water instead of 9 foot of water.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is a piece of tree sticking up way back there.
Is that trying to snag or is that a little fish on it? I don't know what anything is anymore.
Oh, yeah. There you go. So, port is and start.
Port is left. Port. Starboard.
I think you're on bottom, and I think you're getting snagged.
Definitely bottom. 'Cause we're on- You just went over a snag. It's only 8 feet, but the top of it's only 3 foot down. So the next leader we lose, I have to put a peg float on a 3-way rig.
That's fine. I have a little blow-up boat that I accidentally put a hole in with my lure to swim back like 400 meters.
That is a flippin' pile of bait. Holy smokes it, the bait on top of that log. There's probably 40 perch sitting on top of that thing. Or crappie. I wouldn't think they're crappie. I wouldn't think they're that shallow yet. Yep, that's going to be the next one to snag and be gone. And everybody's like, how you keep from snagging?
I'm afraid of water where I can't see my feet. So
Got it free.
our good old aluminum boat
Life is good.
is good for me. We have 6 thumbs up and 11 people hanging out with us. Caught a kingfish a couple of days ago. Wow.
What?
Kingfish?
Oh, they're delicious. I'd be down to get kingfishing.
There's a turtle.
Turtle on a tree.
Yeah, if you didn't know any better, you'd think it was a turtle on a big, big turtle.
That's why we don't go over there.
You're scared of sharks, Jamie? I'm scared of
crabs.
I'm scared of everything.
She won't even walk down to the bait hole
I won't.
on Tybee. You walk across this little channel in the backwaters.
Something touches my feet and I scream like a little girl.
Like you walk probably 15, 20 feet through the water and you stand on a sandbar. Because when the tide's out and it's super low, it creates like this little toilet bowl effect in that area and traps a bunch of bait in it. So you go throw the cast net and catch mullet. Jamie made it to like 5 feet from the freaking sandbar. A crab touched her toe and she turned around and ran the other direction back to the bank. Like, seriously? Appreciate the help.
So, I love my grandmother dearly. But her favorite thing to do was to watch movies about animals eating people. So like piranha, anaconda, Jaws, like that was her favorite kind of like horror film.
Hold on, let me get this straight. Because of fiction movies, you're scared of real life.
Yes, as a child, I was terrified. And then I was like, you know what, I can do this. So when I lived in Kansas as a kid, I was at the swimming area at Lake Shawnee. I want to say it was. I think it was the lake that we fished with Cahan.
Yeah.
And I was in the swimming area, you know, and they have it all blocked off or whatever. And this fish would come and touch my legs, and then I would move, and then it would come back up, and it was all over me. And I climbed on top of
You can
the
tell your
shoulders.
story without touching me.
I was on top of my stepdad's shoulders, screaming, losing my mind. Because I didn't know what it was, and it would not leave me alone. And so I don't swim in water where I can't see my feet. Plus we catch big fish. So I'm good. I'll stick to swimming.
You're a wimp. For the record.
Linda says she has to touch you to give you the full effect.
I've heard this story. She's over here slapping my leg to tell the story. Y'all can't even see her slapping my leg.
I talk with my hands a lot too, so that doesn't help.
Lord. This woman.
You're married to her.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck with it, but like, it doesn't change any amount of ridiculousness. You're still absolutely ridiculous.
Facts. Little fish will nibble on dead skin cells if you stand still long enough. I mean, yeah, I think that's cool when you're at the aquarium. And you
She's
can see
never
them.
been still for 10 seconds in her entire cumulative life.
Linda says, well, she's going to touch you again to make sure you really understand where. Fish on. Whoa.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I think she's secretly part Cajun. She sure talks a lot with her hands. I'm Italian. It happens.
And then there was this one time that we did the thing at the place with the stuff. Oh.
I do have to say the clarity of this live is amazing. It's beautiful.
Oh, well, that's an easy explanation. It's Samsung.
Linda says, Richard, you haven't sat still much either, so you don't have much room to talk.
I mean, you're right. That's not true. I can sit pretty still at a computer and play video games for hours.
Facts.
But I always have to be doing something. I can't sit still for no reason.
Oh, Mom, that I found my other shark bracelet. I don't have any info on the shark, but I found the bracelet.
Gracious.
So you guys still go on the TikTok or do most lives here? Recently we've been doing both. Today's been the first day since we've gotten back from Tybee that we've only gone live on YouTube.
Well, we normally have both phones tied up with lives.
Fish on, how do I donate?
And one of our sponsors wanted more pictures and little short clips. So we needed a free phone to get those. Well, none of those perch wanted to play with our sabiki rig. A little sad.
Sorry, there's a big old wasp that landed on the boat that I was going to slap with a JayRFishing towel because Richard's allergic to them.
Fish on emotes are the only donations you can do on the YouTube. I don't know if it's a fish or a snag. I'm guessing it's a snag. That acted really strange. I've never seen a rod second guess itself on snagging. It was like maybe, yes, kind of, almost.
Laura tells me the same thing. Fish on says, I caught a Australian salmon in Taylor and mahi mahi. That's awesome.
Some dolphin.
Tom, the biggest thing that we ask for you guys to do is hit the thumbs up, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and...
That's acting really fishy.
Yeah, it is. Go reel it in.
But now it's not acting fishy. I'm not convinced. I'm going to let him contemplate his life for a little while.
Okay. Yeah, that's your pointer board. I liked and subbed. Well, that's awesome. Share it out, too.
Maybe we just upgraded from cut bait to live bait on that rod.
That's quite possible. Do you guys mostly catfish? Because I mostly smallmouth and largemouth bass fish.
Wednesday night we were bass fishing.
I mean, we do. I mean, we fish for a wide variety. So, like,
A lot of our social media stuff is based around catfishing because that's what we're sponsored for.
But like,
we still enjoy all types of fishing.
Crappie fishing, bass fishing,
stripes,
striper.
We don't smallmouth fish, but we also don't have smallmouth really in Georgia. So.
Right. Keyword, might. Well, like for instance, we go to Colorado every year right around Christmas time, and we ice fish for trout. We do film a little bit of that content, but most of it is catfishing. This husband and wife duo are extremely knowledgeable. Y'all definitely won't regret following. Aw, thanks, Creole.
He thinks we know what we're doing.
Sometimes.
Oh, that's definitely snagged. Never mind. It unsnagged itself. I wouldn't be mad if the perch bite picked back up. That's what's on that planter board, like a 2-pound perch. That looked like a little fishy right there.
It did.
About a 7 or an 8-pound blue catum.
I wish Virginia would have more areas for trout fly fishing. It's something I've always wanted to do. I am not very coordinated, so I feel like I would catch myself more than I would catch trout if I were to fly fish. But
we've got a friend that owns the bait shack in Alaska, and I would love to go up there and fly fish with him. One day. One day we will go visit Dustin.
I mean, even if I felt like I couldn't fly fish and be successful without catching myself, I would still love to just watch.
Well, I mean, you can still like regular rod and reel fish up there too.
Fish on says, I do some fly fishing.
I've never tried it.
I honestly think that I have a fly fishing set at my dad's house. It's still in the packaging.
Well, like, it goes back to the same reason we don't smallmouth fish. Most of the trout in Georgia are all those like really small stalker trout, and if you're not fishing when they throw the trout in the stream, there's really normally not many left. So it's not a excellent fishery for that.
MP says, I don't even think rainbow or brown trout are native in Virginia.
That's a good I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's a good question.
I mean, that's what I grew up fishing for. Was rainbows. Browns.
We had a lot of brown trout in Georgia native, but Army Corps of Engineers dammed up every river we have and made big lakes. And the trout can't live in the hot lakes. The stagnant water keeps water temps too high. So, no more trout.
Now my goal this year, if we are able to go ice fishing, which I don't think we will be able to, but my goal would be to catch a bigger laker.
Yeah.
But that just depends on how much ice there is.
I would just like to catch a lake trout. You're over here talking about how you want to catch a bigger lake trout. I just want to catch a lake trout. My Mackinac wasn't big enough. I want to catch a bigger one. I just want to catch a Mackinac. That one's trying to snag again. I might actually have to fix that.
Nope.
As soon as I get up, it fixes itself.
fell over. Have you caught a fish yet? Well, we've caught, what, 4?
4 or 5 perch.
4 or 5 perch.
That perch is angry in the live well.
Could also be the channel cat too, babe.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that guy. I wish you'd quit kicking my live scope transducer.
Hey Creole, do you want to see the prettiest princess at the party? Come here.
She may be hot.
She's the prettiest princess at the party.
I know, your mother's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you, pup. You're on your own on that fight.
Linda, we are on Lake Oconee. She's so cute. I know, she is the prettiest princess at the party.
You're both ridiculous. Whatever that was followed my speaker rig for a minute.
Jesus.
What?
Speaking of catching a big Mackinaw,
Did you really just get on Facebook?
I did. Well, I wanted to check because I reposted the live. I wanted to see if anybody had... I was checking the live stuff. And then I saw that Angie caught a 21-pound lake trout. I was like, speaking of lake trout, I mean, look at the tummy on that thing.
But I don't want to catch one that big. One, you can't put one that big through a hole on ice. And 2, everybody's going to get really mad at me if I fillet one out that big.
I also haven't looked at my Facebook notifications in 2 days.
Well, we don't have to do that while we're live.
Because I turned it off. I'm not.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
Oh, it is so beautiful. And the way the water is reflecting off the rods back there. Oh, gorgeous. So peaceful.
I'm starting to feel like carp might not be that good of a cold water bait.
I'm starting to believe you might be right.
rolling back into a whole lot of bait. At least that pontoon didn't run over our planer board again.
True.
That's the pontoon that ran over our planer board this spring.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Where's
Definitely going to lose a rig in that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and call it. If we only lose one, it'll be a miracle. Yeah, fishy, fishy, fishy. At least it's warm enough today, the carpet will dry out the rest of the way from fishing in the rain.
True.
Won't be mad about that one.
There's a small part of me that would like to go out tomorrow.
Where do you want to go tomorrow?
I wouldn't mind coming back here tomorrow.
Yeah?
It's supposed to be mostly cloudy, high of 70.
If it's going to be 70 tomorrow, I'm definitely wearing shorts.
You got about 6-mile-an-hour light breezes with 15-mile-an-hour gusts.
That's not much more than what we got now. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, my speaky down. Didn't use the speaker. We can't catch catfish, but we're figuring out this perch thing. That's a good one. That one you lost was a freaking tank.
I know, I was on there.
Georgia Lynn. Now, why did I have to get wet for that?
Oh, I got splashed in the face.
Rude. I bet you could come out here with a bunch of sabiki rigs and troll them under planer boards and absolutely wear them out.
I agree.
Just riding around in circles pulling sabiki rigs. Or spot lock. We could probably catch a lot of them on spot lock.
That's gonna be
That's fine.
your wins. Because that would be third day post front.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that small boards would be fun.
It'd have to be really, really lightweight. I mean, not really. It wouldn't be fun to catch them, but you could do it under stealth rods
Yeah.
and like an alpha board. Totally in there. Not losing anything.
Woot woot. I mean, whatever those little fish are, they are definitely moving. We've caught white bass trolling with Freddy's small boards. Lots of fun. Interesting.
I have to hit up Freddie about some tiny boards. I mean, the good thing with if you did the big boards, normally if you catch one and you leave him for a second, you'll end up with a double. These boards are big enough you wouldn't even know there was one under it. You just every 20 minutes reel the board in and pull the bait off the hook and reset it.
True.
The sabiki stick's not really pulling its weight today.
No.
I really thought we'd had a good shot of blues up through here.
Me too.
And even if they were small, I wouldn't think they'd be picky enough that if they just didn't, if it wasn't the premium thing they wanted to eat today, little fish normally would still bite it. Doop-a-doop-a-doo.
Well, now that we're not dealing with fishies, do you want your toy?
Rah. She wanted it just enough to take it from you and then drop it.
Well, she always grabs it, but right before she grabs it, she yawns. It's like you could have yawned first and then taken it.
Hello. Fishies. Hello.
Hello, goddess, me Margaret.
Not seeing a lot on side scan.
I know.
It's almost like they're buried. I just need one fish here, typically, to figure out what they're doing. No. We'll just keep riding this channel edge and see what happens.
I mean, there for a second it looked like it was at 64 right on the dot. Now we're getting warmer.
I do not know. Where's the fishes? I think that's the beaky sticks dragon.
Yeah.
It'll be okay. What is that? That is. It looks a lot like a fish.
Yeah.
Even on side scan at the water surface, it looks a lot like a fish. Yeah, that's dragging a little more than I would like.
It's acting a little fishy.
It feels fishy. Quite odd.
Well, are you gonna reel it in?
Oh. He went from pulling drag to letting the board drag. I kind of wanted to see what he was going to do. And that's not easy drag to pull. No, that rod snag. I should probably fix that.
No.
He's got moments where he acts like he's got some size on him. And then it's like there's nothing there.
Come in with the net.
Yeah, he's not fine.
Ooh! Georgia, get down.
He's big. He didn't act that big.
You want me to give us 3 clicks that way?
Don't worry about that. I need your help getting all this untangled so I can get this fish out of the net. There. Now you can take that back. I do know how to catch 8 fish. Hey, don't bite Mr. Whiskers. Don't bite Mr. Whiskers. Not a bad fish. Belly's clean. He gone. I don't know what that was on.
Either shadow carp.
Really? Either shad or carp. One of the 2 baits we have on the boat.
John boys.
We'll go shad. I'm ready to get shad out of it. You want to rinse this bag out?
Ooh, yeah. There's some slime in there that I don't think I'm going to be able to get out, but I got all the blood out.
Do what?
There's some slimy stuff in there that I don't think I can get out, but I got all the blood out.
Can you give him a player board?
Yep.
Not a bad blue to start today.
Boo!
We take those.
I think you're going to kick my butt this week.
What, in fantasy?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if I'm going to win. I think if we both lose, Alex takes first back. So, they're definitely up and moving. Which, that's a good sign. Creole says it's a catfishing show now, folks. Your dog nephew had emergency surgery. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
I hope he's okay.
Everyone pray for Colt.
How do you... Oh, well, Colt's the only boy that has that, so...
If it was a girl nephew or girl niece.
Well, I just think about the fact that we have both.
Yeah.
And we have more than one boy.
That would be like me telling her, your dog niece.
Yeah. Well, I still think we have 2 and 2.
We do.
What? You don't speak that language?
I don't.
I don't either. I saw it and was like, I don't even speak that.
He's doing okay. Got an infection.
Uh-oh. Well, as long
On
as
his
they fixed
hernia?
it.
Was it his hernia or when he got fixed? Because he had his hernia repaired.
Yeah. I knew that.
I'm sorry. Habla inglés.
That would make sense if you knew that he was typing Spanish.
That would, but I don't. I guessed.
It's fishing. You don't have to speak our language, just hang out and see fish.
That's right. From his neuter. Ooh. Poor guy.
That's code for please give me watch hours.
Well, thank you so much for watching.
If we catch one more before the bridge, I'll feel really good about fishing the other side of the bridge. Which, that was a really pretty blue.
It was. Decent size.
I'll take those all day. I ain't never mad about catching a fish that size. I mean, sure, I'd love to catch 50s and 60s all day, but like, I'd rather catch that than nothing.
Yeah. How many of you guys caught today? We're at about 6.
Got like 5 or 6 perch, and then we just caught like a 10-pound blue cat. Oh, I mean, he's a decent blue cat. I couldn't tell you what he weighed. I haven't held blue cats in so long. This is the first time we've blue cat fished since we were in Virginia.
I think he was a double digit.
Yeah, I'd definitely say he might have been a low teener. He was a blue cat.
I would rather catch catfish that size than the 1.5 pounds we were catching last night.
I mean, caught a bunch of baby channel cats. It was big enough that I wouldn't eat it. He was definitely catching release sized fish. Probably should plug my phone in. You might not eat it, but probably won't hurt.
Into here or down below?
Just do the inverter.
Did it?
I don't know.
Circle.
I didn't see.
I knew.
So that fish came on the ledge on the other side of the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Which is awesome because the ledge on the other side of the bridge is always more productive than this inside ledge.
Right.
Should probably start reeling.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
The other side of the bridge.
To bed.
I was gonna start with Sabikis, but I'll grab both of them. Here's that. Ding, those are done. Hindsight, I think it was perfect. No, it was shad. I put the last piece of shad on because that was the double hook dragon rig that got snagged, wasn't it?
No.
No, that's the first rod that got snagged. No, it's not. That was the double hook dragon rig that got snagged. Now. loads laundry in. Stuff clears the bridge, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Not by a lot, but it does. Bunch of trash.
Yeah. Good Lord.
What's up, Sonar? I got it. Alright, you don't have to stand at that rod. Standing, both of us on the side of the boat makes the boat kick sideways. Which messes up my heading hole. Another gar. I don't know what all these, it's like limbs or something. Maybe it's from the hurricane.
I was thinking the floating lily pad things that we always see.
Another gar. I think that's what all this is. It's just a big school of gar. No, that's not a floating lily pad. It's like a magnolia tree. There we go. That's what messed up. It's just a big school of gar through here. I definitely don't want to put planer boards out until we get past all this crap. You were standing up there because you thought you were just going to drop it straight down and immediately get a fish, didn't you?
I let it hit the bottom and then I reeled it 4 times. Do you think that was enough?
I don't know. I let mine hit the bottom and then I made sure it wasn't dragging once I put it back in the rod holder. That's all I did. We seem to be holding the course pretty good now. All your stuff a bait?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's God, there's so much stuff. Like just little fish. Just stacked on both sides of the boat. This one. I'm pretty much all shad and you're all carp.
Yeah.
You flip out of that one. Southwards.
Oh, goodness.
I think you've got more line on one reel than I have.
I don't know about that. I don't know if that would help. Part of me was wondering if we could kind of open the bimini, because the sun's now nope. Yep.
I'm not gonna latch it.
Just so it doesn't.
Just so it's not in the way. Okay. We'll see what happens. Putting a little shade on the phone.
Yeah, that and trying to be able to read it.
I'm surprised you don't have it pulled up on your phone to be able to see comments.
What is everybody up to? You guys have any plans?
My plan is to sit my fat tail this boat here. Nice honey of buns. Hostess, the boat snack for the mostest. Not for you. She's like, but I'm the prettiest princess at the party.
I think she's quite enjoying her spot. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna warm mine up a little bit. You want me to warm yours up any?
Just one.
The other hard and most difficult part of the way the water's reflecting off the...
Yeah. It's slightly less than ideal to read comments on a live stream. The good thing about opening the bimini is it can dry out from fishing in the rain.
Yeah. There's that too. Fishy, 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 fishies. That's and everything. I mean, it looks good.
It does. It looks quite nice. A lot more brush piles out here than I remember.
Yeah, I would agree. Oh, Georgia.
That one kind of got me excited.
Me too.
It was pulling weird. I was like, ooh. Maybe that big bump that looked like a brush pile wasn't a brush pile. No, it was a brush pile. It's like somebody's come through here and just dropped brush piles every 20 feet.
Yeah. But I mean, in the spring, we weren't really dragging. We were dragging closer.
I wanted to stay on the ledge.
I mean, that that's fine. I just...
They've changed their landscape. Now there's a little extra couple of bushes in the middle.
It looks like some of those need trimmed.
Yeah. If they trim the hedges, the deck would look bigger. I wish we could show that waterfall on live. I think everybody would get a kick out of what their landscaping looks like.
I agree.
It's a very feminine looking landscaping. That rod kind of looked fishy there for a minute. Screen's hot.
Yeah, that'll happen when it's getting
Blasted by the sun.
yeah.
Yep, screen's a little warm. Our track's not laid here anymore, so I don't remember exactly where the good ledge is. So we'll just roll with it. See what happens. I forgot I cleared all our tracks from here. Oh, he got me.
Shut in my heart, and you're to me. Sorry. Couldn't help myself.
You're a little special. Peaches, what are you doing? Being a boat cat. Oh, yeah. You're the sweetest puppy dog ever.
She's the prettiest princess at the party.
The prettiest princess at the party. Okay.
Very festive princess at that.
Go be a dog. Nope, that's enough. Go be a dog.
And you say I'm
There's nothing odd about Pink Panther. We totally should drag the other direction so that it's not as bad to look back at the rods.
I mean, it's super beneficial to look at the phone. Look forward.
Well, that's where I typically have to look anyways. Somebody's got to drive. What in the world is that? A school of stuff.
some things. It's being moody. It just doesn't want to track right.
I gave it the gunfish shuffle. It's going out better now.
Anything yet? We've got...
Got a little teener blue.
He says, Elkbo says, I caught an 18.7 pound blue from my kayak Thursday that grabbed my minnow fishing for crappie. I can't believe my rod didn't break.
That's exactly how I felt Wednesday night. We were crappie fishing, bass fishing on a light at a dock late in the night. Just sight fishing as things were kind of swimming around it. Throwing a number 4 pre-tied snail with a red worm on it. Caught a 20-pound flathead.
Mm-hmm.
And when that flathead grabbed hold of it and doubled that crappie rod in half, I just knew that we were never going to see this fish.
I was watching fire a while. I was watching for a while that night. It would have been Wednesday night.
We didn't go live. We didn't have service at that light.
Yeah.
That's one of the hardest things about social media fishing is if we turn a live stream off and just run GoPros to be able to get like long format content and edited videos, there's a lot of places we'll go fish that we can't fish during live streams.
Mm-hmm.
And like, lives are kind of fun because we get to talk and hang out and you never know what's going to happen. And it's that unedited, you never know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody could fall off the boat. Like, you can get some quality entertainment out of us.
I mean, that has almost happened on a live stream, but...
That's almost happened many times. Eventually, someone's bound to fall off the boat. Hopefully not today. The water's 63. I'm not a huge fan of falling in cold water.
I agree.
That and it's an hour ride home. I don't want to be cold that long.
I think you're the only one with extra clothes in the truck in case.
I don't have pants in the truck. I might have a shirt. I don't have any shorts. I'm riding home in my bibs.
Yeah.
But that is a big struggle with live streaming, is fishing in areas with service. So sometimes it's nice for us to just go hit up some fun places to fish that don't have service.
They remain super secret.
They don't get outed on Reddit.
I'm still blown away that... Were we name dropped?
We were not.
Oh.
It was a couple that fishes on TikTok that catches a lot of fish in Gumlog. And there's only a handful of people that fish that creek in general.
Well, at least we weren't name dropped.
I'd have been okay with being name dropped. At least they'd have started following our social media accounts.
Right? Water temp is currently 63.23 degrees Fahrenheit. At, what, 2 foot below surface?
Right at it. That's the surface temp. I would say 10 foot down is probably a little bit warmer than that still. Is there trash on my line?
No, I was just looking at what is floating in the water.
Oh, what's floating?
Those lily pad bulb things.
Your lily pad bulb thing.
Whatever those are. I'm telling you, that's what they are. He said, oh, okay. 57 at Elephant Butte Reservoir here in New Mexico. Good lord, it's already cold down there.
Well, New Mexico in general is a lot colder than us right now.
Well, yeah. They may or may not have snow, depending on the area.
Where's the perch?
Probably hanging out under the bridge or over there in the trees.
I'm surprised all those garb out there we can get gar bites.
I agree.
It's okay, we're gonna catch one when we come across this flat. I'm gonna shoot us this way just a little bit and then right back up it.
Okay.
There's a little key cat.
Yeah, because we typically ride the flat and then we hug the edge of the channel as we go that way, and then we cross over the channel. But I guess, I mean, depending how it goes, that may or may not just be strictly our spring pattern. Yes, because of how high we are here in Albuquerque.
Yep.
It's a mile high. Got 5 inches of snow last week.
We probably won't see 5 inches of snow all year.
Not until we head that way.
Well, I meant here, not us.
Right, yeah.
We're liable to see 5 inches of snow while we're at the expo in Collinsville. Illinois, not Oklahoma.
Possibly. Either or. We're going to be at both locations.
Collinsville, Oklahoma doesn't get snow that much though.
No. It's too windy for that.
How does that work? What does wind and snow have to do with each
Blows it
other?
all away.
It blows all the snow away. Okay. This is your tale. You tell how you want to.
I will. What does that button do?
It's his horn.
You disconnected our beeper?
It's never worked since we've had the boat.
Oh.
I don't even know that it's hooked up to anything. It is actually wired to something. I don't know where the horn's supposed to be though. That snagged almost looked fishy.
Sometimes I want to say, what snag doesn't look fishy?
They're really flat ones. It's the snags where like they think about getting snagged. I stopped because then the board went. Like as they pull through brush and don't actually snag.
Yeah.
Those always look really fishy.
I feel like I've made a mistake.
What mistake have you made?
Not putting sunscreen on my neck.
That's why you're a redneck.
Oh, shut up.
Hey, those could be perchy perch. Here, perchy perch, 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 perch.
Fishy, 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 fish.
I'm just ready for one of the rods to get smoked. That's a good fish.
Yeah, it is. even some of the ones.
It's more on the flat. They may be up on flats instead of on ledges.
They could be, because it's a degree colder. I mean, a degree I don't think is that big of a difference, but I mean, over there it was 64 degrees.
Well, that's because you're getting further up the river.
What are you using for bait? So right now we currently have cut gizzard shad and cut carp.
That's a good fish.
In our live well, though, we have perch, bluegill,
And a channel cat.
and a channel cat.
Little baby channel cat.
Okay, usually use the same here.
Yeah. A lot of the bait fish are very generic across the country. Like, there's certain things that different areas have. Like, the Mississippi River has skipjack. The Tennessee River has it. Up in the Ohio River, you get into, like, moon eye and golden eye. Some different species of relative bait fish. But gizzard shad, white perch, bluegill, things like that are kind of generic. Almost every body of water has them, so anywhere that has blue cats, they're going to eat those things.
Yeah. And we're targeting blues currently. So for our waters, gizzard shad does really well. Carp does really well here.
I don't know what it is about carp on this river, but it just does really, really well.
We can't use bluegill, perch, etc. here. That's right.
Georgia's kind of cool. We can use anything for bait as long as you legally caught it. So, like, you can't catch bass in a cast net and use them for bait. But if you caught them on a rod and reel and it was legal to keep the fish, you can use it for bait. And possession limits still go into effect on that. Like, I guess Georgia's take on it is you're allowed to keep the fish. We don't care what you do with it.
He says, okay.
It's definitely different everywhere.
Right.
Always keep your local regulation in mind, but I think it's a cool way to do things. If it's okay to keep the fish, who cares what you do with it? Like, that's your choice.
Right.
If you want to eat it, eat it. If you want to use it for bait to catch something else, then that's your prerogative.
Like, for instance, crappie is a bait that we will occasionally use. We get the heat for it, but it's perfectly legal in our state.
We make a lot of jokes about using bass for bait, but we really don't.
No. That's bait to catch Richard. He's a big fan of bass and crappie sandwiches.
There's just a lot of nights that we'll catch them late, and I don't want to clean them that late. So I'll throw them in the bait tank and let them stay alive until the next day when I feel like cleaning them and eating them.
Like, for instance, we got out on the water at about, 7 Wednesday night. And we didn't get off the water until 4 in the morning. I am going to reel up my perch room just a little bit because we're coming up.
On the flat.
Do you want me to reel yours up?
can get it just a touch. My planer board is acting a little odd.
He says we can spearfish if I drop lights at night. The carp come up and they get speared for bait.
Now that's pretty cool. Can you see my swivel?
No.
Okay.
I brought yours up to where I could see it and then I lowered it until I couldn't.
Okay.
Because I left mine to where I could see it. Then that way we were fishing different depths to see who got into them first.
That works. I'm good with that.
I mean, people go fish for carp here. I just don't think that...
I wouldn't want... So, I'm a really big fan of letting the carp no longer be a blooper before I fillet it out for bait, just to keep all of the blood in the meat. And a lot of times the guys that are bow fishing, it bleeds the carp out.
Like our carp is real saturated.
It helps keep a lot of that extra scent and extra oil in the meat, which if you were going to eat a fish is terrible. If you're trying to use it to attract predator fish, I feel like it's a little more effective. Now, don't take my word for it. Like, I barely even know what I'm doing.
We've just found that that process works really well for us. And he said, so you have certain areas you fish. How do you decide? I use down scan and can pretty much see where the cats are.
So, depending on where I am and what I'm doing.
And that time of year.
And the time of year. So, we've never been on this river at this time of year. So, instead of just riding around for a couple hours, we just set up a drag and start covering water and just drag through some different areas while fishing. But it's a lot of the same principles. I mean, blue cats are really big on ledges. They love hanging out on that ledge just off the channel. And if they're feeding, a lot of times they'll go up onto the flat above the ledge. So we're running the boat down the ledge of the channel and just covering water.
In the springtime, we target more of the flat areas and ledges.
This is also kind of the finicky time where, like, they could be super deep 3 miles down the river on a cold day, but then on a nice warm day they'd come up here. So depends on if you fish lakes or rivers. Everybody calls this the river section of the lake, but it is still technically Lake Oconee. So there's no current, and it doesn't really pinpoint exactly where fish are going to be. With current, you can kind of predict exactly what that fish is going to do.
You can narrow it down a little more.
Not having current, there's nothing other than bait that holds our fish in a certain spot.
It says, we don't have much water flow, but I still target the outside bends of the channel. They fish a lot of crappie there.
Same principle. I mean, as we're dragging the ledge, like we were just on the inside ledge, and then we went to the outside ledge as we crossed over to hit this little flat. Now my side of the boat's fishing the outside bend. The boat's sitting on the flat above the channel, and Jamie's fishing the flat off of the channel.
Mm-hmm. But that's the cool part.
That's why we drag. Like that's.
Where you are for crappie, Oconee. For crappie, I don't think we've ever fished for crappie here.
I've never caught a crappie on Oconee.
We fish Lake Hartwell a lot for crappie.
And we really don't crappie fish until it gets colder and they push shallow into the creeks.
Yeah. One of the fun things that we did for a while before we got this boat, on our old boat, it was a lot smaller, but we would fish for catfish and crappie at the same time.
We had green lights on that boat, so we would downrig minnows on crappie rods while we were casting out rods for catfish.
Watch videos on YouTube. They're fishing crappie. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good areas on this body of water.
Oh, I mean, I've seen a bunch of them.
We usually fish for catfish on this body of water.
Well, it just comes down to preference. If I'm crappie fishing, I'm normally fishing to eat fish. And I can do that a lot closer to home.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that 20 minutes from the lake instead of an hour and 20 minutes away. I wouldn't say there's a real advantage for us to come all the way here to crappie fish.
Mm-mm.
Now, I know people that live close to us that do. When I'm planning to eat fish, I try to transport them the least amount I can.
Helpo. Ah, nice. I drive over 2 hours.
See. Now again, late in the winter when it's super cold outside and I'm not worried about fish temps, I don't care. But like right now it's kind of hot and I like to bleed my crappie. So a lot of times I want to make sure I can keep them alive to get them home.
I hate cold.
I'd rather be in the cold than the heat.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel like they haven't come up this far in the river yet.
I'm starting to think you're right. I mean, we haven't even caught a perch.
Well, that doesn't necessarily matter.
Depends on how cold. Our lows were in the low 40s currently.
Yeah, but we fished when I had to keep a bucket of water on the boat to break the ice off the Altera.
Mm-hmm.
On the old boat when we had the Altera.
That's true.
Because it would freeze over and wouldn't deploy. I've also almost busted my butt on the bow of the boat because there was a sheet of ice from throwing the cast net.
Our high today, I think, is 68.
That was a good fish sitting under that school of bait.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of trash in the water that we're marking too, though.
Okay, it was 70 Thursday here. We had a cold front come through, and it's been rain. It was rainy for about 2 or 3 days.
don't know what that is.
Don't know either.
On 2D it looks like structure. On down scan and side scan it looks like bait stacked up real thick on the bottom. Some smaller fish sitting under bait. As we drop into the channel ledge. A pile of fish right there. As we drop off into this ledge.
Hey, fishy, 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 fishy.
Then again, they may be further up the river than I was thinking.
Who knows?
That's why I said I wanted to catch 2 before we went under the bridge.
Yeah.
It makes it... One's luck. 2 means you're doing something similar to right. It's not necessarily right, but you at least can develop a pattern with 2.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said I wouldn't necessarily be totally against going out tomorrow. Shad flick.
Definitely a lot more fish still sitting in the channel than up on flats.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that slightly deeper hole at the mouth of the creek over here has a good bit of fish in it.
Quite possible. We have so much threadfin in the lake, it's hard to see anything. I mean, it's incredible how many there are.
See, we don't. Not here. And that... There's the old saying that 90% of the fish are in 10% of the water. It really rings true throughout a lot of the southeast because of spotted bass. They're a super aggressive feeder and keep the threadfin kind of isolated to schools. They don't just run rampant.
And crappie do a good job of keeping them down too. But spotted bass are way more aggressive about it.
Crappie kind of hang out under a school. They don't really terrorize a school. That, and because it gets so hot, we have a shad kill every year or so.
He said last year hardly any, this year crazy.
I think it's been 3 years since the big shad kill on Oconee. It's a good fish.
I can't see it. The sun. Oh, I see it now. Yes. Like, I can't see it. We have a lot of white bass and stripers. They hammer the shad, but not keeping up. Oh well.
The white bass population on a lot of our lakes has gone downhill from the state's stocking program of striper. That was a fish. He smacked it. He didn't take it. You're straight back.
Mine?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, he slapped the piss out of it. And that was as it dropped down into that ledge. I think acreage wise, our lakes are a lot bigger than a lot of the lakes out there too, though.
Quite possible.
We'll drop down in the middle of the channel and fish both ledges.
Sounds like a good idea to me. They let out about 45 foot of water in the reservoir this year. The fish continuously move.
Yeah. That's one of the things that has the other lake we fish off a little bit, is they normally have it pulled down a lot more this time of year. It's up probably 9 feet, 10 feet over what it normally is right now. They pull it down for dock maintenance every year, but because of all the extra water from the hurricane, they haven't pulled it down that far yet. And we're normally closer to about 58 degrees this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
And we're back up into 64 and a half as we get further away from.
Boating is hazardous right now. I bet. That much of the drop in water.
That's the way Hartwell gets in the wintertime. A lot of the standing timber that people pull tubes over in the summer, the trees are sitting 8-10 inches out of the top of the water. If you're not paying attention, you can mess some stuff up. But up here in this river, if you don't know where you are or where you're going,
You could really mess some stuff
there's a
up.
lot of standing timber.
We have almost no timber. It's rocks.
Oh. See, I think that would be a little more predictable. With standing timber, it gives a good habitat for fish, but it's almost unfishable. Now, when the lake's down 45 feet, that would, a rock 4 inches under the surface is hidden until you hit it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of big boulder fields on the Tennessee River that we like to fish. You can't drag them, but they're awesome to suspend over. Georgia just has so much clay that most of our structure's timber.
And we fish a lot of floated timber. They finished, was it that house they were working at?
No, I think it was that one. Or maybe it was that one.
I think it was that one.
Oh, it's really pretty.
It is.
Is that an outside fireplace?
It is.
It's freaking awesome. Wonder how many millions that place cost.
I'm gonna say 1.9.
Nah. Probably 1.2, 1.3. I mean, way more than I can afford.
He said, "Oh yeah, no skipping over the rocks."
That's one, like, when it's really rough and we're traveling and, like, we're up on the James River or we're in really bad weather on the Tennessee River, I love that we have a big, deep V boat. But in the springtime, when I want to get up in skinny water, I really hate having a deep V boat. Because about 4 more miles up the river, there's a super sketchy shallow spot that you can't get this boat through. But just on the other side of it, it drops back in. It's like 15, 20 feet deep. If you can make it through that quarter-mile stretch of super sketchy.
Oh. He's hooked on the boat. Oh. Let her come down. There we go. Another perch.
If we can catch a bunch more of those, we'll use them for bait tomorrow.
Watch out. Get down.
Which is another thing. Like, I'd rather be using a bunch of perch for bait. We just don't have a lot of it. We're starting to get there. I'd still like to catch 5 or 6 more.
Oh,
Hey, dummy, watch your head.
it was my bun.
You hit your bone on the
I did.
anemone?
That pup is about the size of the head of my pup.
That's our little pup.
Some of our followers like to call her our boat cat because she's more like the size of a cat than she is a dog.
Excuse me. Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
I mean, to be fair, what makes it even more funny is she's currently wearing a cat sweater.
She's the sweetest of peaches, though. We can't put the big dog on the boat. He'll jump off the boat, swim to the bank, and go run 5 miles off. Yeah. Argentinos are significantly larger than a
It's a big
miniature one.
dog.
Significantly larger than a mini weenie.
Can I have some Dr. Pepper, please?
1 peppers of Doctor. They tried to get snagged, I think. Not entirely sure, to be honest. I think my farboard's getting nibbled. It's acting a little strange. Every once in a while it twists.
I see a lot of little fish on sides and on your side.
Yeah. That ledge doesn't really stop until the bank. I mean, it's a pretty progressive, consistent ledge.
My side's more steep.
Yeah, your side, I mean, we're riding on the edge of the ledge. The channel's only like 16 feet right here. And then it's like 16, 15, 14, 13. Just very staggered out for a quarter mile.
Issue with my dog is he loves the water, so he'll launch in when you don't want him to. He's 122 pounds. Pain getting him out.
Ugh. 122 pounds of soaking wet when he gets on the boat, too.
Yeah.
I bet he holds a couple gallons of water. My husky just likes to run. I mean, granted, they're bred to be a sled dog. Like, running's kind of what they're supposed to be good at. But he doesn't recall off leash very well outside of the yard. If he gets out of the fenced in backyard, he has no more recall. It's the famous husky trait of being a giant pain in the butt. He's very well behaved and very well trained when he wants to be. But when he gets in one of his moods where he just doesn't want to listen, you can't make, like, it doesn't matter if you've got treats, nothing. He is going to do what he wants to do.
Oh, thank you. That reminds me.
That's a big school. I don't know what that looks. That was a thick enough school of bait that it got confused on what the depth of the water was for a second.
And nothing.
And we're not hitting perch in that? It's a decent fish laying under it. Just barely up off bottom. I don't even know what that school of bait is. I don't think it's not gizzards. Maybe threadfin? Oh, and just like that, the school ends. Odd. Wonder if we've got aloe in this one. Could be aloe or aloe whatever they are. The yellowtail things.
I don't remember. I'd have to look.
I don't remember what they're called either.
You are pronouncing it correctly. I just don't know if we have them.
I don't know if they're in this lake. I know we have them in Hartwell. It's not cold enough to be herring. I don't think the herring would be at this shallow yet. And I'm pretty sure Oconee has a herring population now.
With all the striper.
No, people that aren't supposed to, because for a long time you couldn't use live herring on this lake. I guess that little teener wasn't hungry.
Kenneth, what's up? Threadfin are tight. Gizzards are spastic.
Gizzards aren't.
Usually moving.
This was just a big yellow cloud.
That looked like carp.
I mean, some of it looks like feeding fish in a school of bait, but it was so dense that it didn't mark dots on downscan.
We can only have 2 rods, and we actually have to pay extra for the second.
That's the way it is in Colorado.
That's the way. Yeah, that's the way it is in Colorado. In the state of Georgia, we don't have a rod limit. We have a hook limit.
But there's also not a lot of people in Georgia that overfish or even fish the way we fish.
Yeah. We get a lot of funny looks and a lot of questions.
It's just planer boards and trolling are not something that are super common here.
Kenneth says, I graduated my CDL class.
Congrats!
Woot, woot, woot. November 30th, I take my state driving test.
Well, good luck. I hope everything goes well. I have faith you will be perfectly fine.
We'll go see.
No, we're not going to bark.
Keep your paws off the gunnel.
All right, Georgia, get back down here where we can see you. I don't need your little butt falling in the water.
I know, but I'm glad she did pop up because I had to fix her little arms and her sweater.
Because she's not big enough to fit her cat sweater. All right, go be a dog.
Well, the other night when we were fishing in the rain, come on. When we were fishing in the rain, she was having a hard time with that jacket because her foot. Oh, I saw a car over there. Because the armholes were so big that she was almost stepping on it. So she would eat it. Oh, I feel so bad. I had a beagle named George.
I love beagles. They're so goofy.
There was a little while for when I was a kid that I wanted a beagle.
They're a goofy dog. I don't want.
And it was
another
because
hound.
because of a movie I used to watch when I was a kid.
That's a blue way up off bottom.
Yeah, it is.
That dude's definitely got to be feeding. I'm surprised to see him 8 feet off the bottom. I don't. We definitely gonna drag right under him, and he'll never know it.
Yeah.
That was the gar. Here comes another school of bait. Oh, no, that's a little school. We'll see what happens when we finally actually put bait over those couple of little fish. I mean, I say little, they're double-digit fish, but
Depending on where you're watching from, they may or may not be little fish. How long are y'all going to be out?
about another hour. I want to have the boat loaded by dark. This was more so just a quick come up here and see what it's like trip. Because this area is so far from us and we haven't fished here since July.
Yeah.
So it's been 4 months. We haven't been up here post-hurricane.
Because I'm trying to remember where we fished all of August.
We didn't fish a lot of August. That was when we did our bait video and our leader video and getting ready for going to Virginia. To get ready for the Virginia trip. Seneca. We'll fish the Seneca River in August. I think you might have a dinkopotamus.
You think so?
I mean, your straight back rod consistently looks fishy. 2-pound channel cat.
I'm gonna throw a punch if that's what it actually is.
They've put a buoy in. Someone has, anyways.
I didn't think that was legal.
I mean, could have been the Army Corps.
True. We haven't been on the lake for 4 months, though.
That's what it looks like. I could be wrong. It could not be a buoy. But it looks a lot like a buoy from here.
It looks a lot like a buoy.
That's a really nice fish. That fish should go 25. May go bigger.
Oh, excuse me. He says, you can keep those hurricanes. I lived in Florida for 8 years. Don't miss that.
I mean, I'm not like the biggest fan of them, but it's not that bad here.
Well, they typically don't hit the way Helene did.
Yeah. That's the worst we've got. Which we didn't really get that bad. It was just we had already gotten a good bit of rain, and then when you throw 10 inches of rain at us and 50, 60 mile an hour winds, our trees just uproot. There's not enough soil compaction. The clay doesn't let water disperse through the deeper compaction. That our top 6 inches of soil just get so saturated, trees blow over.
Thank you. That was an ugly hurricane.
It's the worst one I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're gonna check it? You think it's a dinkopotamus too?
I do, but since it's a straight back, I still have enough distance before
Does it feel like it? It don't look like it. I'm gonna just leave it. I wouldn't even let line back out.
I read so much out.
I mean, it's still gonna be on bottom. In the channel through here, there's really not much to snag on, so it doesn't have to be out so far. Well, this is kind of sad. Definitely marked more fish down in the channel as we started to get to the shallower section of the channel.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me think we should have went and drug that big shallow flat. Yeah. I just hate it because you can't scan it at all. Once you get that shallow, there's so much clay in the water that everything looks foggy. You don't get
There's so
clear
much
defined.
trash in the water.
Yeah.
That was a big yawn. Did you have a good day on the water? Gotta run for a bit. Good luck. Thank you. You have a good rest of your day.
That guy's buried in the mud.
Name is Dave. Well, good hanging out with you, Dave. You have a good one.
Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you.
Bye.
You and your little boat cat.
And me and my boat cat.
There's some perch. How's the sabiki stick the only one that doesn't catch perch?
I don't know. I still really love that log cabin.
What? Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that cabin too. I wouldn't want to live in a real log cabin though.
Mm. But I like the rock and the log.
Yeah. I really like the glass gable in it.
The what?
The glass gable.
I don't know what that is.
That center section between the arch on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that whole section's like a day room. Just massive, massive, solid pane glass windows.
Mm-hmm.
All the natural light. It sounds like we're about to get waked really hard. Maybe not.
I'll be honest, I can't even see them.
Oh, they're just really loud. They're still really far away from us. A lot of fish right here.
That's usually why we cut across the flat here. Get it. Did you get that fly?
I'm pretty sure that's a no wake buoy and somebody just stole one.
To put in front of their dock?
Yeah. That looks a lot like a pontoon pulling a tube.
It is too cold to be out on a tube.
Their kids, not mine. Not my monkey and not my circus. But I'm kind of thinking after we get into the mouth of this place, we will quit kitty fishing for the last hour and we'll ride back to the other side of the bridge where the perch were a little thicker
Yeah.
and just spot lock and see what we can do. What are you trying to do?
Trying to get to where I can see that middle rod that's currently
It's
may
just
or may not
bouncing.
be getting hit without staring directly into the sun.
It's just bouncing a little more aggressively than the rest. Still got 3 people on YouTube's with us. We got a blue cat live on YouTube. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's a big school. I'll quit bumping at them. Because that big school looks like there's a big bluecat laying in front of it. I was really hoping he'd have just smoked my side rod.
Oof.
Yeah, that's that tree. Doesn't look like there's anything laying on the back side of it either. Alright, let's go catch some perch before we run out of daylight. Oh, I was going to start with cat rods.
Huh?
I was starting here, but you can reel those up. Alright, YouTube. That's going to conclude it for today. We're going to go spend the last hour of daylight trying to catch bait for tomorrow. And we will be back to see you guys in the morning. Y'all take care.